the Goldberg record.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about, I'm sure you're disappointed about the fight not happening at Barclays Center.
You talking about my fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to fight because I was training to get ready for a fight, but I wasn't disappointed to a point that it messed up my summer. I had a chance now to, look, I flew from Disney World here. I was in Orlando for 3 days, and I don't leave to Orlando until Saturday. I'm flying back from New York to Orlando and spend more time with my family. And then, you know, I'll be back home by Sunday.
Do you want to talk a little bit about this Alein thing you were talking about the last press conference?
Yeah, we're gonna preserve that until Atlantic City fight comes, and I'm gonna bring it out and I'm gonna show everybody the Alein representing starting October 19th.
What planet is it from? I'm just curious. What planet?
It ain't Pluto because it's not a planet no more. Mars.
It's from Mars. Okay. Now, what do you think about this whole thing in Brooklyn? This whole reincarnation of a boxing world in Brooklyn.
I liked what you said. Reincarnation of Brooklyn, the boxing, and all the New York fighters, and the fighters from Philly, the fighters from DC, the fighters from Jersey, all up the corridor. It's huge. I mean, think about it. In the 80s, you had Atlantic City was really the Vegas on the East Coast as far as boxing. And obviously you got New York and you got but when you start talking about another outlet for fighters to show their talent and build their names and their reputation up, when the time comes to be on a major big network and now to be able to stand out as a star, I mean, we didn't have that. When I was coming up, you had two Tuesday night fights. You had ESPN, which is still existing now, and every Friday night. But to have all these outlets for young fighters to build their record and learn, and also let the fans build with them. I mean, how can you not say that's not a plus, not a negative to boxing for the future at least?
Are you optimistic about the future of boxing?
No, I'm not optimistic because at the end of the day, there's always going to be ghettos and always going to be somebody trying to fight their way out, and that's why boxing will never die.
And do you love the sport of boxing?
I love the competitiveness of boxing. I love the sport itself. I don't fall in love with things that goes on and how things is done. Not all, but some in boxing. And that's like in any business. Like any business has their ups and downs. But boxing is slowly catching up to the status and I guess the respect and the reputation in the corporate world. Basketball, football, baseball, you can even throw hockey in there. I don't think we've reached that yet, but we have an opportunity, I think in my lifetime, to make that happen.
Is there any reason why all the promoters haven't got together and made a national all the promoters have not got together, chipped in and made a marketing campaign for boxing?
The perfect world is for every promoter to get together and hit all the shows that matters on. Well, we can't regulate what other promoters do. But if you got 80% of the population of the talent fighters under your umbrella, which is Golden Boy Promotion, then it's a matter of time where people will turn off the other shows that they were watching, and now they'll continue to watch the shows that are meaningful. So I think it's great that every promoter that say that they got fights to put on, or fighters to put on, why not have great competition? We don't have to be together to have boxing put in a position to be shown again, but if we got fights that promoters are putting on that are good, whether it's this promoter, that promoter, or even Golden Boys, then the next promoter should say, well, we want to outdo that promoter.
Well, I just want to thank you.
I think that's a great thing. I think competition is healthy. I think competition gets, look, you win, fans win, the networks win, everybody wins when promoters are in competition and put on the best shows. And I think that's what we're seeing now.
I just want to thank you for being on the Goldberg Report, and I look forward to seeing you fighting again for the light heavyweight championship.
Always. Shalom.
Thank you.